Actually, if we meditate, you see, although Prahlad was born in the family of demon, of course in those days demons were very cultured people. Today, we're born in the Kali Yuga, and innocent or demon or even devotee, everybody is practically uncultured. So, they're engaging in the grossest type of mlecha or unclean activities. But just like Prahlad Maharaj patiently tried to instruct his classmates, similarly, the spiritual master, he comes, you see, apparently as another human being, like anyone else, like another classmate, another citizen. But actually, because he's empowered with the message of Lord Sri Krishna, he's not an ordinary person. He can change the lives and the destiny, which is otherwise unchangeable by anyone. So, in such a way, the spiritual master, he comes and he delivers the fallen souls from their conditioned life. Especially we've seen how Srila Prabhupada came to the Western countries where people are engaged in activities of passion and ignorance. And by his intense influence, he was able to attract the minds of the souls completely engrossed in sense gratification to Krishna consciousness. Now, when we talk about owing someone something, how can we evaluate or place a price on how much devotee is in debt, how much we are in debt to our spiritual master for giving us this spiritual life? Prahlad Maharaj, he saw Narasimhadev face to face. What does he say here to Lord Narasimhadev when he's offered everything? He says that, I'm only able to see you now because of the mercy of my spiritual master. Where was I without his mercy? So I simply request that I continue to be the servant of your servant. Sometimes a devotee has a tendency to be contaminated by materialistic vision. And that manifests by the grasshopper propensity of jumping over, trying to jump over the spiritual master. Here we see that Prahlad is seeing Krishna or Narasimhadev face to face. He could be thinking, well, thank you, Gurudev. Now I've made it. I don't need you anymore. Which should be some kind of materialistic understanding. That's not his mood. Even he sees Krishna, he's not at all proud. He knows that why he's seeing Krishna, why he's seeing Narasimhadev. It's due to my Guru's mercy. In India they like to ask the question that if you simultaneously say that you walk in a room and there you see your spiritual master and Krishna, to whom will you offer your obeisances first? What do you think? The spiritual master. If you're able to see Krishna, that is due to the mercy of your spiritual master. Therefore, he always gets the respect first. By his instruction, by his mercy, then we can serve. So, sometimes we see that in spite of Srila Prabhupada coming and delivering some fallen souls from the pits of ignorance, that neglecting all kind of common sense, intelligence, and good instruction, they become very eager to know more, or what they think is more, than their spiritual master. Of course, no one can know more than the spiritual master. But somehow, some kind of a hidden desire, some kind of a doubt, thinking that I know more, or there may be something else which is not being given, drives people on. So Krishna is known as the satisfier of all desires. And so for the cheaters, there's also someone to cheat them. So sometimes we see that this is especially dangerous for those who are engaged in the scholarly work, the Sanskrit department, Bengali department. Due to lack of realization, due to lack of preaching and purification, they read something and due to lack of reading Prabhupada's books very thoroughly, they see something which they think, this is something new. Now I know more than everybody else. And subtly they're thinking, I know more than my spiritual master. And then you hear about, even their names are after the names of the son of Sachi, or this one or that one, names of Krishna. They neglect the spiritual master and take a position that they know more. So we can understand that it's just like back to a mouse. They obviously didn't understand this simple instruction of Prahlad Maharaj. Even he sees Krishna face to face, he's not thinking, how great I am. He's thinking that this is the mercy of my Guru. We become a little expert in our service, immediately think that, how wonderful I am. We forget that how wonderful my spiritual master's mercy is that it can make such a useless person as myself do something which appears to be even slightly useful in service. So Prahlad Maharaj is showing us very practically that we have an unlimited debt to pay. Those who are so unfortunate as to fall away into sense gratification, whatever they have done in their service, that will never go in vain, and they'll get another chance. But, as Lord Caitanya said, if someone becomes envious of the spiritual master, who has selflessly taken extreme risk to simply deliver him from the worst condition of material birth and death, ignorance, if he becomes blasphemous or envious of that person, then Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, said, even then he gives him a chance. He will get a chance to have a spiritual master again after 1 koti kalpa, 10 million days of Brahma. He can get a guru again. He gets a chance. So one should not bite the spiritual hand that is fed the nectar of Krishna. If due to your extreme misfortune you cannot stomach it, the nectar, still you should not despise the person who is out of causeless mercy feeding it.